Yo. Alright. Get right to it as I predicted. Sorry for the no light. Hold on, give me a second here. It's gonna get loud too. I'll close this door. But anyways, as you can see, got started on the car. Got the upper control arms unbolted on both sides. I've already broke the torque on all the cradle bolts and nuts. I had to get to a stopping point, basically because I did not have a second jack and more jack stands here at the house with me. I had to go grab them out the trailer. The fan is out. Got myself some extra room and whatnot in there. So the game plan for today is to at least get the balancer off. And then I don't know if I'll keep going or what. We'll see what time it is around that time when I get to that point. I do not have a new balancer in hand yet, so I got to do that. I got a couple of things that some people are coming to check out, some old parts off the Duramax if you were trying to buy. So I'll be tied up with that here shortly, and then I'll try to get around to this. So that's pretty much where we're at right now. Hopefully my balancer tool that I've had right there will get the job done. If not, we'll have to figure something out. And then hopefully somewhere in that socket case right there, I have a socket big enough to get the balancer bolt off and out. So stay tuned, bear with me. What I'm gonna do is, I don't know if I explained this already, but I seen a video and where a guy basically braced the engine, and he actually took the intake off and then jacked the engine up and then drop the cradle down. I'm gonna try to get away with not taking the intake off because I don't want to get into messing with all that stuff. I don't have a fuel disconnect line toolkit and all of that good stuff, so I don't want to be pulling the rails with the injectors and messing with O-rings and all of that stuff. So I'm gonna try to leave it as is and just brace the engine. I'll probably bring it up a touch, and then I'll brace it and hit the motor mounts and then drop the cradle down as far as I need to, honestly, to get to the balancer. So that's where we're at. That's what we got going on. Like I said, I got a couple of things I'm trying to sell and get rid of today. Just to clear some room in the house, stuff is laying around. I'm like, why throw this away? Somebody will probably buy it. So handle that, let the garage warm up, just turn the heaters on, and then we will get to it, get busy. I'll stop talking your head off, and yeah, I'll hit y'all with another update later. Sheesh. All right, boys and girls, welcome back to episode whatever this is of Don't Buy Corvettes. Well, you can for me because I fix all the crap on them, and then I go through all the stress that you don't have to go through. So, as you can see, our balancer is off. But as you can also see, all right, kids, 30 seconds. What is this? Drop in the comments. All right, not 30 seconds because that's a long time. That's an awkward silence. That is the face of our AC compressor. Ding, 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 winner chicken dinner. So that's awesome. So we're going to replace the AC compressor. I'm going to do the front main seal because you can see all this junk on here. And the balancer. And then I'm going to have to get an AC belt because that didn't exist. And then a new serpentine belt because that got shredded and messed up. And yeah, so for anybody out there that is working on a C6 and need to do this job, what you got to do is disconnect your two bolts, nut and bolt for the shocks. I did it down at the bottom. Undo your upper control arm bolts. Don't drop the washers because they're not all just one behind them. Some of them, there's two. So keep track of your washers. And then subframe bolts, nuts. There's bolts in the rear. Wait, I'm sorry. There's nuts all the way around. So you got 1, 2, and then, opposite side, 3, 4. I unbolted the sway bar from here and let it drop down so I could get access to those. And then you put your jack up under it. Oh, and you got to do your motor mount nuts. So those are on the bottom side of the cradle itself. And then as you can see, I took my steering shaft off as well, because if you don't, you will damage your sensor, and that's not a good time. It's very expensive. So steering shaft, motor mount nuts, cradle nuts, shock bolts, and upper control arm bolts, and you drop it down. And here we are. It gives you enough room to get in there, do what you gotta do. I got it. I was able to get in there with Nate's impact, and this thing is massive. No diddy. And then broke the torque on it. And then got in there. I had to take it off by hand because there wasn't a whole lot of room. I did pull the radiator out, disconnected from the condenser. The condenser is still in there. And yeah, here we are. So I'm gonna order me some parts, call around. Honestly, I'm in no rush to put this car back together. I don't really care. So I'll probably order this stuff online and wait for it to show up, save myself a little bit of money. And yeah, I'll get all this stuff on order if Rock Auto has it. If not, then I'll call, AutoZone O'Reilly's or whatever, see what their pricing is and see what this pricing is. Compare, go from there. We're gonna need a new crank bolt as well. And then, yeah, once parts show up, we'll put this turd back together, and then we'll do the brakes. And then we'll put the front down, and we'll get the back up, and we'll do the brakes on the rear, and then retune. And I believe that will be it on this car. I hope so, because I'm kind of over it at this point. We got a new water pump that'll be going on. I'm not gonna return that. And then, yeah, man, hopefully we'll be done with this dang on thing. And I don't even know if I want to put miles on this thing anymore. I'm not gonna lie to you. So stay tuned and see for that, I guess. I don't freaking know. But yeah, this is our parts over here chilling. That has to go back on the car. Well, not all of it, but most of it. And yeah, we'll get this thing back to loud chopping down the street and do what we gotta do. But let me figure out and sort out some parts and whatnot and what it's gonna cost, and I'll go from there. Later. Yo, try to be quick here. Small update on Diana. Started preparation for a road trip to Texas for Christmas. Just changed all those out. Those things are whooped, as you can see. Try to give you a little light so you can see a little bit better. Cooked. So, got them new joints in there. Them yellow things, you see it? You see it. And then also changed out the tag lights. If you ever seen this truck in person, these things used to dangle. Got the new LED joints in there. The chrome, match with the bumper and whatnot. I did break this one, I'm not gonna lie to you. So if you look in the seam right there, looks a little weird, a little funny. It's because I glued it. I broke the tab on the end. Hopefully that holds on. I was pretty upset about that. So hopefully that works. And that's pretty much it on her for right now. I will be dropping her off on Sunday, hopefully. So I might just clash those videos, this video and that video together. But I looked into putting the traction bars on myself, and it's quite a job. It requires some tools that I do not have and that I really don't feel like buying just to do this job one time. So I have some really good friends of mine that I work with, and they're going to take care of it for me. They do side work. They have access to a lift and a bunch of tools. So I'm going to let them have at it. I'd rather put the money in their pocket instead of, like I said, buying the tools that I need to use one time and never again. I have enough of those. I don't need more. So yeah, like I said, dropping her off on Sunday on that. I'll be outside in her this weekend, of course. And then I'm not sure how long it'll take them to do that. And then I'm thinking by the time that finishes up, sometime like mid next week, parts should be here for this, the last of it, Monday at the latest. And then got to thrash this thing back together because it being hard broke right here really costing me time. I had planned on messing with the El Camino by now, so all the parts will get here. Like I said, the last of Monday, we'll slam this thing back together and then get it out, get the El Camino here, and then start messing with it, possibly, maybe. But main thing is I need to get this thing back going, and so I can drive this and then take that apart. So we got to pull the turbo on it and some other stuff. I'm definitely pushing to try and have this thing with a 9-blade on it at the very least, and the cold side and all that other stuff on it before I go to Texas. So I gotta hurry up and get this done so I can take that apart. And then at the same time, I need to get the El Camino started and going on that too, so I can go ahead and get some cash flowing around here. And yeah, just free up some stuff, make it a little bit easy. No updates on her. She's just chilling, hanging out. Once the El Camino is gone, we'll see how much we get out of it. We might start buying some stuff for her, but as of right now, my main focus is getting this done and ready to go, El Camino done and ready to go, and getting her ready to go to Texas. So that's it. That's all. I'm gonna get out of here. It's freezing cold out here. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll catch y'all later.